Yes, don't worry. You're not what I was expecting either. Yeah, the last thing you expect when you come out for a comedy night is someone who looks like a cross between a predatory lesbian bingo caller and Harry Potter's drug-addled elder sister. Actually, Vicky was talking about the Harry Potter book recently. Has anyone read it? The new one? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? If you haven't read it, essentially 3/4 of it involved them hiding out from blonde-haired race supremacists. So in that respect, it kind of reminded me of the Diary of Anne Frank, if she'd had an overactive imagination. Right, and I don't believe in Anne Frank either. No, right, I'll tell you why. I think it's, essentially I think the Anne Frank story is a cautionary tale for lesbians, made up to scare them. If you think about it, it's about a girl who lived in a closet for years and years and years. And then when she came out, they murdered her! Just a thought. No, it's great. It's lovely actually being in Edinburgh. It's lovely doing a gig where my ex-girlfriend isn't sat in the front row because she's been turning up to quite a lot of my gigs recently. And she keeps heckling me by saying things like, if you see any embarrassing stories about me, I'll tell her some embarrassing stories about you. Because she's Welsh. But no, the thing is, right, I moved in with her, and it was going really, really well. We got on really well. I moved in after we'd broken up because I'm an idiot. I thought it'd be awkward as hell, but I'd get loads of good material out of it. Turns out I was half right. But the thing is, right, it was all going well until what I like to refer to as the fight. And it was at this point that I realised that pornography has lied to me. Because I know what should happen when two lesbians get into a fight. You know, there should have been a couple of slaps, clothes getting ripped off, and then the funky bass line should have kicked in. None of that, it was just a whole hell of a lot more short hair, check shirts, and me getting a rib cracked. It was the second time in my life that pornography had lied to me. The other time was when I went round to my friend's house, and she is actually a porn actress, and I went round to her house to fix her washing machine. Yes. So, the thing is, right, my ex, who is from Ireland, she's the reason I don't drink anymore, because I don't, because she told me she thought I drank too much, and, you know, she's Irish. But when an Irish girl tells you drink too much, it's like a BNP voter telling you you're narrow-minded. Or like Rose West telling you you're a bad mother. For those of you not laughing, I've checked that out, she was. We see, the thing is, right, so I don't drink anymore, well, I occasionally do drugs, but has anyone been to Glastonbury? Because this is where I was going with this, because I was at Glastonbury last year, well, not last year it was just me, on my own, in a field, doing drugs and hugging cattle. I love you, we should hang out more, you're my best friend. No, right, because I was there 2 years ago when magic mushrooms were still legal, right, and it was back when I drank, and one of my friends said, have some magic mushrooms, go off for a walk and see what happens, you've got some fucking great stories. I thought, yeah, let's do it. So I had this handful of magic mushrooms, went off for a walk, came back 2 hours later, I bought a fucking ukulele. He said, you're going to regret buying that in the morning. I thought, fucking regret buying that. What are you talking about? I can't play it, I've got nowhere to store it, the best I can come up with is, I don't know, some kind of shit lesbian George Formby tribute act. You should see what I can see when I'm licking midges. All turned out nice again. As it happened that night, the gods were smiling on me and there was a big fucking rainstorm that washed all of my stuff away. So I did what I want to do in that situation. Crawled into the nearest caravan, had a couple more magic mushrooms, a couple of shots of tequila, and then watched my stuff go floating past the window. Like a trippy version of the Generation game. Airbed. Sleeping bag. Cuddly toy. Hey! Vibrator. Shit! I tell you, I was out of there and threw the floodwaters after it like you wouldn't believe. And as I reached out to grab hold of it, I accidentally hit the on switch and it was off like a fucking torpedo. Little rabbit water skiing behind it. It's alright, 24 hours later it had done a full lap and I managed to catch it on the way past. But later on that afternoon, because I was a little bit bored and a little bit on magic mushrooms, I discovered that you can do a really cool Stephen Hawking impersonation with one of these things. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah!
You sure?
Yeah!
Keep watching the skies. From here I can see everything.
Yeah. So anyway, half of you are now staring at me like I've just taken a tin opener to your pet tortoise. You know, you're kind of annoyed and angry, but really intrigued. So I feel like I've weirded you guys out enough. Before I go, I'd just like to say Paul McCartney once said, in the end, the love we take is equal to the love we make, and I honestly believe that. So if you see anything funny tonight, and you've got a friend who's a little bit down in the dumps, go and tell them about it. Spread that love. Start making as much love as you can, right from this moment onwards. I, meanwhile, I'm going to head off to the bar and spike my own drink. See if I get lucky. You've got some fantastic acts ahead of you. I've been Bethany Black. Thank you. Good night.